Hey everybody, been a long time since I posted a video. Check out my blog, buildingthesuperbabygreatlakes.blogspot.com. I've made a couple posts there. So, I'm posting this video because I'm done with the wings. So it's kind of a landmark. Ailerons are not done. I'll need to do those. But other than that, the wings are done. They're not perfect, but they're quite good. I'm really happy. I'd give myself maybe a B+ or A- overall. Yeah, I think they're really good. I'm happy, and I think they're gonna perform great. You may notice something different here. That's the green filler. If you've watched all my videos on this build, you know that there were 3 different fillers I was going to try out, and the third one, which I had not tried out yet, but which I used on the last few wings, is this Evercoat Quantum Premium Lightweight Filler. There's the filler, there's the hardener, and I got it at O'Reilly Auto Parts, and I'm real happy with it. It works great. Any of the 3 fillers that I used, I got the one at the Marine store, then there was one I got at Aircraft Spruce. The first one was white, the Aircraft Spruce one is the blue, and the Quantum, or was the company, Evercoat, is the green. So they're all great. Any of those I wouldn't hesitate to use again. But the first one may be a little harder, maybe a little tougher to sand, but honestly they're all tough to sand. So lay it on as smoothly and as perfectly as you can. Trust me, you'll save yourself a lot of effort. If you've done body work on a car, I'm sure you'll do way better than I did, and you'll have to do a lot less sanding. So that's the green, that's the Evercoat. Other things to report. On the first wing I built, I wasn't happy with the leading edge, and the wing tips were crappy too. So I ripped those off entirely, redid the entire leading edge, including the leading edge tips here on that first wing. That's done. It's upstairs in the spare room. On another video, I think, or maybe it was a blog post, I talked about how difficult it was to make the aileron wells. And it is tough. But my friend Mike and I found a better way to do it. We improved how we were doing it. If you're an experienced metal worker, it'll probably be a piece of cake. But it was a challenge to us. So we redid the other one. With the filler, it was okay, but it was pretty bad. So I felt better about redoing it. And then this one is the first one on this wing. And the 2 of them were virtually identical. They turned out great. I'm really, really happy with it. We ended up clamping a piece of angle iron, which is just a bed frame, on top of the metal to the edge of the table and bent it up over that. And that worked pretty well. For this leading edge bend, I'm just updating you with anything that comes to mind, just interesting points or things I think could be helpful. I used a smaller pipe to bend. Actually, the last leading edge I did was the replacement on the upper wing that I redid. And I used 3/4, I think it's 3/4 inch pipe. I think that's the inside diameter is 3/4 versus 1 1/4, which I used for the other ones. That's what was recommended in the instructions. And there's just so much spring back that the larger pipe, at least in my experience, it didn't work as well. So the 3/4 inch pipe, in my opinion, was better. In case any of you are doing this build, I would start out by trying the 3/4 inch pipe. And again, that's inside diameter. You know, I mismeasured this material for the aileron well. The plans always say, the plans say to have the material stick out past the spar a little bit, so you can bend this over, so it's easier on the fabric. And I measured this as too short, so this edge here doesn't really extend much past the spar. Maybe an 1/8 of an inch, probably not even an 1/8 of an inch. But earlier I shared how when you bend this down here, it causes this to spring up above the rib. So there's going to be a little bump there with the fabric. With this one that didn't extend, or basically that you don't bend over, there's no spring back here above the rib. So it gives a nicer, smoother, flatter surface across the rib. So honestly, for these things and this, I almost think if I did it again, I would just have the metal be flush with the spar, and then just take a file and file that edge over, and you'd end up having an edge that would be easy on the fabric without having this spring up above the rib. I hope that makes sense. Just different thoughts I'm having here of kind of feedback and advice if you're going to tackle this. So that's it. This is the fourth wing. They were a ton of work. Holy cow. Since I redid the ribs, I guess it's been around 13 or 14 months. I haven't been super consistent. I would think that if you really put in time regularly, you could probably do these 4 wings in 6 months, maybe less, but it's a lot of work. You know, just know that it's a lot of work. So I'm real pleased with the results, and I think they're going to fly pretty well, and I think they're going to hold up just fine. As many G's as I can pull, or as I can stand, or before the wings stall, I think they're going to hold up and be really strong. And I think they're pretty straight. I think it's going to fly well. That's what I believe. Maybe an expert would look at these and say they're crap, but I think they're pretty good. So I purchased a fuselage. Again, if you've followed along, you've seen the video, or I guess it was a video I made about that. So I'm going to carry this upstairs right now. I'm going to try to do it by myself. Hopefully I won't put a big dent in the metal or break one of these. If you were to bang this into something, this will dent very, very, very easily. Or these little 1/4 by 1/4 inch spruce, I'm sure, would snap like a toothpick. So it's made to move through air. It's not made for a sharp contact with anything, so I'll be careful. Put this upstairs, and then I'm going to start working on the fuselage. And I'm anxious and excited, and I want to start talking about it right now, but this is a final wing video. It's not a fuselage video, so I'll bite my tongue and talk about that in the next video, and get that fuselage moved in here on the table, and start looking at all the little things I need to do to that. And there's a lot of work it'll take, I think. So, all right. See you next time.